Something strange started happening to Daniel the week he moved into his new apartment, something that became impossible to ignore. Every single night, at exactly 3:12 a.m., someone knocked on his front door. It began softly, almost polite. 3 slow taps, not frantic, not aggressive, just deliberate. At first, Daniel assumed it was a mistake, a neighbor confusing doors in the poorly lit hallway. But when it happened again the second night, and the third, all at the same exact time, a cold dread started to settle in. Daniel lived alone. He didn't know anyone in the building yet, and the hallway lights flickered constantly, giving the place a run-down, unsettling feel. Still, he tried to be rational. On the 4th night, he decided he'd catch whoever it was. He stayed awake on the couch, watching the door, waiting, and right on schedule, 3:12 a.m. 3 knocks, slow, solid, the same rhythm as before. Daniel's heart pounded. He walked quietly to the peephole and froze. There was nobody there. He opened the door a crack, thinking maybe the person had stepped to the side, but the hallway was empty, silent, cold. He closed the door and shoved the deadbolt closed. That night, he barely slept. The next morning, he asked the building manager if anyone had complained about late-night knocking. The manager just frowned and said something strange. "You're in apartment 2B, right? No one's lived in that unit for years. Not for long anyway. People always break their lease early, say they can't handle the noise." Daniel tried to ask what noise, but the manager changed the subject, claiming he had work to do. The whole conversation felt like something unsaid was hanging in the air. By the 6th night, Daniel was exhausted. He tried wearing headphones, blasting white noise, but the knocking still cut through. Always 3 times, always at 3:12 a.m. He began to notice something else. Every night, right before the knock, the air in the room felt colder, like someone had opened a freezer door behind him. Finally, on the 7th night, Daniel snapped. He wasn't going to just sit there anymore. He grabbed a kitchen knife, turned off every light, and stood silently next to the door, waiting. He thought maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't happen this time. Then, knock, 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 right next to his face, so loud it vibrated the door. Daniel swung the door open instantly, knife in hand, and this time, someone was standing there. A tall man, thin but sharply defined, wearing clothes that looked decades outdated. His posture was stiff, almost unnatural. His face was pale, stretched tight over angular bones, and his eyes didn't blink once. Daniel stuttered out, "Who are you?" But the man didn't speak. He didn't move. He just raised a single finger and pointed behind Daniel, into the apartment. Daniel's breath caught. He spun around, and there, inside his living room, was the same man, standing in the darkness behind his couch. Daniel dropped the knife. He stumbled back into the hallway, but when he turned toward the doorway, the hall was empty again. The man at the door was gone. The figure in the apartment was gone. Everything was silent. Daniel slammed his door shut and didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning, he packed. He didn't care about the lease, the money, nothing. He just wanted out. He left before noon. But here's the part that makes this story so deeply disturbing. 2 weeks later, Daniel got a call from the building manager. He told Daniel that the tenant who moved in right after him had reported someone knocking on their door the last 2 nights, always at 3:12 a.m., always 3 slow knocks. And when the manager checked the hallway camera for the time of the knocking, the footage showed something chilling. A tall, thin man was standing perfectly still just outside the door, not moving, not breathing, not blinking. But the worst part? He wasn't facing the camera. He was facing Daniel's old apartment door, with his finger raised, pointing inside, as if he was still looking for Daniel, as if he wasn't done with him. And every night at 3:12 a.m., he keeps coming back.